Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the continuation of the work we do here to try to bring you the best in psychological, emotional, and mental health related content and coaching related content. Can we continue our life lesson series here? Today, we've got over 750 of these available for your listening pleasure. We try to add to these as often as we can, and we will continue to do that to the best of our ability. Certainly hope that you are enjoying the content as best you can. In any event, if you are looking for coaching, life, relationship, business, or otherwise, we'd be more than happy to help you in any way that is possible. But if you are looking to do that, a couple ways to get in touch. You can either connect with us through the YouTube channel, the About Me section, or you can do that through the @PO Perception Twitter account. Either way will get you where you want to be, and hopefully that's important. So if you're trying to own your life and get the most out of it you possibly can, what are some things that you need to do? First is control your mental and emotional state. So your state of being is important, and having emotional mastery is one of the most important things that you can do to get to where you want to be in the easiest and simplest way possible. Controlling this state is all about understanding that emotions are just indicators. Emotions are indicators, if they're positive, of things to hold on to and show gratitude for. If they're negative, they're invitation to change things. They do not need to become your self-identity. They do not need to ultimately rule you or define you as a person. And when they start to, that means they're taking too much control. The next thing is understanding your talents and searching for ways to utilize them, whether it be to make money or not. So, the more a person taps into their own personal talents, the more happiness and health, both mentally and emotionally, they will have. A person who understands their talents, usually the average person has about 5 to 7 unique talents that are unique to them in the way that they choose to express them. The more conscientious a person is about that, the easier it will be for them to navigate through life, both in terms of formulating social circle and in form of getting where you need to be in the most conscientious, quick, and effective way possible. When you understand your talents, you can portray yourself properly as an interesting, unique, and one-of-a-kind individual, which will make you more likable in the long run. The next thing to consider when trying to kind of live your best life is willingness to be vulnerable. Look, people don't like people who believe, or often don't like people who believe, that they are better than them. So therefore, the illusion that I am better and you are worse is actually an indictment of building relationships that have, long-term security and support. So in the end, with that, one has to look at, admitting that they have flaws, admitting they have weak points, admitting that maybe their emotions aren't exactly as strong as they portray. When one is willing to be that open and transparent, building friendships becomes not only simpler and easier, but more authentic. Because if a person doesn't feel they have to compete with you, they're more likely to like you genuinely and in a real, authentic way. The next thing to consider when trying to make those changes is start from a place of neutrality when making any decision. There is no such thing as a person who is 100% right or 100% wrong when it comes to social or emotional issues. You can be 100% right or 100% wrong on some things. 2 plus 2 is always 4. But when it comes to more gray areas that include opinion or emotional state, it's not possible to have that 100% certainty. So the more you're willing to look at all sides of an argument or all sides of a viewpoint, the easier it will be to find commonality with people when they feel less condemned and more accepted. The next thing to consider in this type of situation is pushing past fear. Now, fear is a biological response that causes us and allows us to protect ourselves from dangerous situations. This is, in and of itself, a good thing, except when fear causes us to be in protective mode when there is no reason to be, or when being in that mode is counterproductive to where we want to get to. So unless a person is dealing with something to where their physical safety or the safety of someone they love is in immediate jeopardy or danger, pushing past fear will often, almost certainly, be necessary. And the last thing on this particular list is kind of looking at using your strengths to your advantage. So knowing where your strengths are. If it's charisma, if it's sales, if it's art, if it's communication, if it's listening well, if it's baseball, whatever it is, knowing how to use your talents, gifts, and strengths to the best of your ability on a continual basis will make you more successful in daily life and in terms of reaching your overall goals, both long term and short term, as well as medium term goals. So, hopefully, this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.